Hello, everyone, and I would love to welcome Nate Powers with us. He is from Time Capsule Travel, and thank you for being with us today, Nate.
Thank you for having me, Ryan. I'm excited to talk.
Yeah. So I really want to talk about kind of before and after careers on vacation. So kind of thinking about before, where do you think your business was before careers on vacation, and can you update us on where you are now?
Well, actually, I'm a really fresh start when it comes to being a travel advisor. I've struggled for the last couple of years as a teacher.
Yeah.
COVID has really kind of changed a lot of the educational field, and it's been really hard the last couple of years. And I've kind of been thinking about what could a career change be, and I've always really gravitated towards travel.
Mhm.
And I took the leap last fall um, to commit to careers on vacation, and I went through the master class in the spring while teaching and coaching at the same time. So it was a lot of hard work,
A
but
lot of work.
having that gap between teaching and like practice time, I was able to really just log in and get the stuff done and really hone in at that point.
Yeah.
So I'm brand new. I'm with a
Great.
host agent, and my dream is to hopefully be able to transition out of the classroom and
Mm,
um, do this full time, be a full time
I
uh,
love that.
agency owner.
I love that. And I know a lot of people can probably relate to that because a lot of people coming into this field are not from this field, right? They're
Mhm.
coming from someplace totally different. And juggling that ability to work is really impressive, work and
Mhm.
do this because it is a big commitment. But it's nice that you do have access to the program kind of as long as it lives. So if you do, need a little bit more time, it is there for you. But I'm happy that you were able to graduate and everything. That's wonderful. So since completing then, you said back in the spring, right?
Mhm.
Great. So what have been some of your biggest wins or maybe just some celebrations that you have since taking the program?
I think the most exciting part was actually being able to do it in the 12 like weeks.
Oh, wow. Look at
I
you.
I I know I when I first did it, like the first you get warned. Your coaching is always very helpful. You get warned like don't think you're falling behind, and
Hmm.
um, I got stuck there at like module two, three for a while.
Uh-huh.
But I kind of was able to power through that once I got my footing down.
Yeah.
Um, but I was glad I didn't rush through that. Like I was glad that I was able to interview like the host agents. I didn't just jump on the first one. Um, I mean, I found this kind of through YouTube and podcasts. Like I already had an idea of like what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Um, so like that, I think is one of my biggest wins.
Hmm.
And then when it comes to that, like I wanted to launch in the summer when I wasn't teaching, but I was also traveling. I took almost 3.5, 4 weeks.
Wow.
We went to Disney World. We went to Marco Island. We went to Hilton Head. So we were kind of all over the place. I didn't want to launch and be like, "Here's my new business, everybody," and then
And then disappear.
yeah, then disappear. So it kind of gave me time to really go back into um, like uh, the videos that were in the archive to kind of like really see marketing and all the different things coaches had to offer. So I really felt very prepared when it came to doing this.
Yeah.
Um, Really, as a teacher, I would say my strength is like the lesson planning, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
building the itineraries, putting that all together. Like I don't struggle with that at all.
Yeah.
It's the sales and the marketing and the talking. That's not where I come from. So that's kind of being able to have time to
Tends to
reflect
learn.
on how to attack that is has been very helpful.
Great. And one of the perks of the job is you get to travel. So that's definitely an okay thing if you say, hey, I'm gonna pause. We really talk about building your life around your business.
Mhm.
Or do I have that opposite? Building your business around your life. We want you to enjoy your life and enjoy the perks that come with owning a travel business, and your business should fit that instead of
Yes.
vice versa. So. That's really great and really impressive. Like I said, you were able to take a vacation, you were able to work and complete this whole thing and announce that you have like a travel business and learn some skills along the way. So
Hmm.
those are awesome celebrations to have. So we don't always have time to talk about like all of the tools that are in COV because they're just a lot, right? We have things like the Booking Academy, the Partner Portal, we have our goal tracking tool, we have your coaches, you have, I mean, you just have like so many different things. So I'd like to ask you just what are your maybe top one or two favorite tools inside Wanderlust Campus?
Um, it's a good question because there's a lot of good ones. I think when it comes to the coaching, I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Cheryl's been amazing. She's been such a help, and even like after I've graduated, being able to kind of bounce ideas off her, whether it's structuring planning fees or structuring how to approach a group or whatever. That's not really my niche, but I still went after it. So,
Yeah.
kind of being able to being able to depend on someone who's been in that business and someone who did leave a job
Yeah.
that she was comfortable with, and then started her own agency, and she's super
Mhm.
successful. So that
She's
I would
doing
say is
great.
number
Yeah.
one.
Uh-huh.
And then number two, especially where I come from, and probably a lot of your students who are in another job, is
Hmm.
having um, that passport to like learning platform, like
Oh,
having those
yes.
videos to where because obviously nobody wants to jump on at 8 o'clock at night, but being able to have a replay at 8 o'clock at night is helpful.
Yes.
So being able to kind of, especially if you're busy, being able to kind of go back and watch those reruns.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, we have our live classes that people, of course, are able to take live. But like Nate just said, you guys are busy. You might have another job and everything. So we have the Layover Lounge and our platform where both are recordings for Careers on Vacation. And then post grad, you can be a part of Passport to Learning. And then those replays are also in there as well. So you can kind of watch them at any time. And they're always updated. I'm the one who updates them, I'm the one who uploads them. And so I do like that. And of course, the coaches are probably our most popular part of our program. I think it really, they have like a crazy rating, like 96% satisfaction rate. So they always have a lot of goodies. And they're the ones that sometimes teach the classes as well, right? So even if you don't always get Cheryl to be teaching your classes, you get the other coaches, and they're also equally as awesome. Awesome. So, a lot of people are trying to figure out if COV is right for them. And now you've kind of been behind the curtain. You can kind of see, what's been going on. So, what would you like people to know? And would you recommend COV? And specifically, why? So, what would you like people to know?
I don't want people to get scared of like a price tag. I don't. I think it's very important to understand that um, there's a reason why things are cheap or free
Yeah.
because it's easy. It's
Hmm.
easy, or it's just a rubber stamp. So that was kind of like my hesitation at first. Was I was like, I don't know if I want to commit to that, but looking back on it, I'm glad I'm in that position because I do feel prepared for that, and I
Hmm.
feel that I can address situations where I don't. If I just jumped right in, I would have no clue what I'd be doing. So I think that that's one thing that I would
Let people
I wouldn't scare people away from that.
Yeah,
It's
and I
something I
think,
can commit.
yeah, what we talk about a lot too is making, like you said, mistakes are expensive too. So you
Mhm.
could kind of DIY it yourself, but then like how much time and money is it going to take to fix all the things, that need to be taken because you are trying to do it on your own, right?
Absolutely. I think it's very important to, I mean, I, like I said, I've struggled with that classroom for the last couple of years, and I'm still young, and I'm sitting here going, I don't know if I could be doing this for another 25 years. So it's like I can take that jump now, and I can really prepare myself, and this is a good opportunity to where you don't have to quit your job
Mhm.
to do this. It is
Yeah.
something that you can kind of phase into your life.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that idea of being able to control my schedule and being able to
Yeah.
have that dream to like
That
ease,
independence
yes,
and
ease into my morning, control the schedule, be able to really have like autonomy over like what I'm doing instead of a bell schedule, four
uh-huh.
minutes to go to the restroom, then you gotta like, see what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's kind of one thing that I am excited about.
Yeah, that is really exciting. I think, as Cindy always says, she really hopes to help people follow their bliss into abundance. And I
Mhm.
think that's kind of what you're talking about right now is having that independence and that freedom and ability to take charge of your life. And I love what you said about it just being able to phase yourself in. So if it's
Mhm.
like still a little like, I don't know if I can jump all, both feet first, it's something that you can, slowly adapt to and until you're ready to hopefully get full time and be running big dreams and big travel trips,
Mhm.
right?
Absolutely. I mean, I when I brought up the idea of transferring out of a classroom and starting my own business, the people closest to me were like, "This is the craziest thing I've ever heard." Um, which that means they care about you, and
Yeah,
that's another thing to kind of think about. And I kind of have always just fallen on the idea of the absolute worst case scenario. It's a second job that I'm still making money on. Best
yeah,
case scenario, I've got the dream job for the rest of my life. So
yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at. It's a glass half full kind of thing.
yeah. Yeah, there's lots of different ways to do this. Like you said, some people really do. This is their second gig, and it makes them like a nice, good chunk of change on the
Mhm.
side. And then other people have full formed. I think one of our favorite parts is when people get to. Sometimes they'll share with us their resignation letter, and it's like their final, like, yes, I'm doing this full time. This is so exciting. But like you said, there's different phases of that and different levels of that, which is great.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, lastly, kind of my last question here for you, Nate. Is there anything you would like to say to Cindy or to the Wanderlust campus team in general?
I think I don't think people understand how amazing of a crew Wanderlust Campus is. I think everybody plays their role and they play it fantastically. I mean, I kind of fell into like the YouTube and then eventually the Bliss to Abundance podcast, and I mean, it's that idea of like you kind of get to know who Cindy is, and you can tell she really cares about what she's doing, and that's coming from someone with a similar background. I'm a teacher. I know what it's like when someone does care about making
Hmm.
sure people are educated and ready, and they're
Yeah.
put in the best position to win. And I think that's the best thing you can take away from
Oh,
Wanderlust.
that's a very sweet thing to say. And I can tell you she's just the same in person as she is in your online classes and everything. So I second that. All right, well, thank you so much, Nate. I'm going to ask everybody if you are ready to apply for the program, you can visit careersonvacation.com/ready now, and you can chat with one of our enrollment specialists. And thank you again so much, Nate, for taking the time to share your story. It's always we get to see each other sometimes in a screen if we're in classes, or we get to see each other on our Facebook groups, and I always get to see people's little faces and icons. But it's so nice to chat with you guys one on one, and I just love hearing these kinds of stories. It really like fills my heart and gets me motivated to like keep working on this stuff in Wanderlust campus too. So thank you so much, and please tell us about more of your celebrations and our grad group and everything. And if are you in Passport to Learning, Nate?
I am. That was actually
I thought
part
I
of.
saw your name in the Facebook group, so I wanted to
Well,
make sure. But
I got it with the when I signed up for it. I just never joined that
the
Facebook
group,
group.
yeah.
So I've had it. I just was kind of in the other two groups. So.
Yeah, perfect. So we love seeing you grow. So either the grad group or the Passport to Learning group, let us know how you're doing. I really does like make my day to hear all of these stories. I love it. So thanks everyone for watching another student case study, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.